Hi, Kobug9 here. I'm back from Los Angeles and want to share some highlights of my trip. First, since I previously discussed hotel accessibility, I will touch on the accessibility of the hotel I stayed at during this visit. As I mentioned in my community post, there was some problems the first night at the hotel. Because even though we reserved a wheelchair-accessible room with a roll-in shower, we were given a regular room which was not accessible at all. Since they had no other rooms available that night, we had to make do with what we had brought with. Thankfully, an accessible room was available the rest of our stay, which made a huge difference. This hotel had one of the best modified bathrooms, including a roll-in shower that didn't flood the entire bathroom floor when you used it. It also had enough room to rotate a wheelchair 360 degrees, and had a sink that you could roll up to. Downside was that they had a platform bed, so I needed to be dragged every night from the corner of the bed to the middle. Next, I will cover going to Abilities Expo. The first thing I noticed that was different with the LA Expo than the other expos I had been to was that there were more accessible vehicles being displayed on the show floor. I did try going in and out of some of them as the fit of my chair. The second thing I noticed was there were less equipment vendors, so I did not get to try out much equipment, although I did get to see some interesting specialized chairs. One of these chairs was the iBot, which is a power chair that can go up and down stairs. The other was the Majestic chair, which was designed for traveling and has auto-folding capabilities. I will include website links to both these chairs in the description of this video, and I encourage you to check them both out because they are really cool to see in action. LA Metro had one of their buses on the showroom floor, which I was able to roll in to check out the newest safety features available. Toward the end of my time at the expo, I got to meet another content creator who also does gaming and discusses living life from a wheelchair user's perspective. Now I want to mention what happened in the clinic. I went to a multidisciplinary neuromuscular clinic where I got to consult with a neurologist, orthotist, physical therapist, wheelchair specialist, and clinical social worker. I will be referred to several other specialists in the future. I had a later appointment which ran over, and we ended up leaving after the office staff went home. Here's the picture of the closed clinic. Finally, I would like to talk about some of the places we explored both during this trip and on the way back home. A member in my family has celiac disease, so we need to find restaurants that can serve gluten-free food. I am planning to address food accessibility in a future video, so I will keep this short for now. Two of the most interesting dedicated gluten-free restaurants we tried during this trip were Sweetfin and Impasta. Sweetfin is an Asian fusion place. Impasta is a health food restaurant that features a variety of pasta dishes made with zucchini noodles, hearts of palm, and spaghetti squash. Their slogan is "No regretty spaghetti." On one of the days, my family had an opportunity to visit with a longtime friend in Pasadena. We met at Vroman's Bookstore, which is California's largest and oldest independent bookstore. It has been in business since 1894. It rained all day on another day, so we drove around the area. We passed an old Fry's electronics store. It was a little sad to see it all closed down, as I used to really enjoy going to Fry's before they went out of business, and wish I could have gone inside this one. Another day, we spent some time walking and rolling around Westwood Village. We found Rocket Fizz, which is a candy store that has unique and interesting candy and soda. I thought it would be fun to compare Toxic Waste Green Apple Sour Soda and Warhead's Black Cherry Sour Sodas. If you haven't guessed already, I really like sour candies. So I have both here, and I am going to start with the Toxic Waste one. Bit of a sour taste. More sour than your average soda, I would say. And I don't know that it's even as... It's actually just about as sour as like a regular Granny Smith apple or something, I would say, actually. It may be a particularly tart Granny Smith. I don't say I would necessarily say that it lives up to the Toxic Waste flavor, but it does taste good. Although if you did drink an awful lot of it, the sourness might build, potentially. I'm gonna try that, actually. The sourness didn't actually build that much when I did that. Okay, next, I guess let's try the Warheads one and see if that's any more sour. I think Warheads is a little more sour in this instance with the sodas. You know, the Warheads one lingers a little bit longer. I think the sourness on the Warheads is slightly more. They both taste good. I would recommend if you ever see Toxic Waste branded soda or Warheads branded soda, I would recommend you give it a try, actually. Because they are pretty good. Anyway, that was a decent experience. Now let's get back to the rest of the video, I suppose. On our way home, we stopped at Eddy World, was claimed to be California's largest gas station. It had a number of food counters selling things like freshly made jerky, ice cream, sushi, and more. They also had a variety of candy and other snacks, and lots of plush animals. Although I did find this gummy ghost pepper candy interesting, I decided not to buy it because I'm not the biggest fan of spicy candy and didn't want to get burned by it. And that just about covers the trip. I hope you found it interesting and maybe even learned something. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. That's it for me for today. My name is Philbug9, and so long till next time.